everybody. I know that it's been a while. Had some stuff pop up. Found out we're going to have a new baby. That kind of stuff, life. But that doesn't matter now because I am back. Been working just a little bit hard on some episodes. Got a few quality guests. Got about a half dozen episodes in the hopper that are, they're on the chopping block. I'm going to add some of this intro crap to them, but they're coming down. They're going to be really good. A lot of you are really going to love them. So let's get started. My next guest I've literally known since 1988. He and I met in Miss Terry's Sunday school class back at St. Jude's in Alabama. St. Jude's in Scottsboro, Alabama. He just recorded a new album on October the 12th, and I think we did this episode in August, and I planned on having it out a lot before that, but as I said, life happened. A little baby life happened, and got a little bit busy, a little bit preoccupied. But he did record a new album live at Low Mill on October 12th. He's a local musician. His name is Hew Tyler. He put me some, he gave me an autographed picture, gave me some bumper stickers. And you'll see those. You'll see him give them to me. But me and him talk a lot of smack. He sings a few songs for me, and it's probably, when I started doing this run, one of my favorite episodes I've ever done, besides a couple of the other ones that were more sentimental. But this guy really turned it on, and if this episode is the worst this podcast can get, and it's anybody that's seen the episodes know it's totally not. That I'm maybe I have a career in this, probably not, but you're going to enjoy this one. Here's Hew Tyler Wilson, and enjoy the singing and enjoy the smack talk. Peace.
And I had my banner up, and he goes, it looks like I figured it out. It's 4 fallopian tubes connected. And I said, wow, once you see it, you can't unsee it. I haven't shared that one with my wife yet. We both have the tattoo. So I've got it on my forearm. She's got it between her shoulders.
You really can't?
Once you see it, once that box is opened.
Oh my God.
It is. It's out there. Clovers are like a sign of fertility, right? I don't
ruined the whole day for me.
Think of it as an improvement. You get vaginas all on your wall when you hang it up. Now let me silence this thing.
What's your name? Hew Tyler now?
HEWTYLER. For all intents and purposes.
What I'm doing is...
I don't care if you call me Matt. I'm not going to be upset. We kind of have a past.
It's like, Hew? Who is Hew?
It's funny, I'll tell people, they'll ask me my name at a bar or something, I'll go, Hew, and they'll be like, no, I know my name, what's your name? And I go, Hew.
Hew?
They think I'm saying you.
Alright, I'm sitting here looking at our logo. He brought some stickers.
Yay.
Hew Tyler stickers.
Put that on your truck out there.
That cost me $100, I'm not putting anything on it.
Don't put it on that.
I was like, that's expensive.
Yeah.
They don't tell you how much a piece of paper or a piece of felt on a piece of wood costs.
Well, I printed this on a 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper, so as not to take up your entire wall.
Yeah, that's fine.
And
it can go just adjacent to the Rick and Bubba autograph.
The frame is the most precious frame you can get from a Dollar Tree store.
I figured you stole it from your wife.
Actually, I had her pick it up on her way home from work.
She's putting those wedding or baby pictures ready to go. There's probably frames you don't even know you have in the house now.
Yeah.
We got a closet full of frames out there. Awesome.
Do you have to change them out, put them out when certain relatives come over, or?
No, when you have kids, relatives don't come over, and so you just don't worry about it.
Okay.
You're not allowed over here, Mom. This place is dirty. There's poop everywhere.
I didn't see any poop when I came in.
Well, it's been a while. We don't get as much poop as we used to. What is? One day I'll get this right.
I'll tell you the biggest piece of news that I have. Kind of a, legendary Southern retailer committing a travesty, a social media faux pas, completely just against all odds and in all. Well, anyway, I'll get into it. So I have this friend.
I was like, what are you talking about? Chick-fil-A?
No.
It's the story you were telling
We'll talk
before.
about the Piggly Wiggly. The New Hope Piggly
The
Wiggly.
New Hope Piggly Wiggly.
The New Hope Piggly Wiggly.
Not to be confused with Owen Crossroads Piggly Wiggly.
No, we wouldn't dream
Hush your mouth.
of saying anything ill about the Owens Crossroads pig. No, the New Hope Piggly Wiggly friended my friend Izzy Miller, who, if you don't know him and you look him up, you're in for a treat.
Izzy Miller.
IZZYMILLER. He's kind of a local celebrity. He's got a Wikipedia.
Is he famous?
He's semi-famous. I mean, legit. Like, he was a rock star at the age of 15, toured the country with the band Storage.
What? That is kind of legit.
Yeah, I mean, he's got a nudie suit, too. But
That's just over the top.
He's not one to take it to a low level limit. He'll go as far as he can. But
It's like Hank Williams.
speaking of Hank Williams, he actually toured with Hank Jr.
Okay.
and helped on some of his tours. You know, just kind of hanging out with him. But the New Hope Piggly Wiggly sent Izzy Miller a friend request the other day. Izzy accepted it because, you know, he's a hell of a guy. He's going to accept it. He's a good guy. And because, you know, Piggly Wiggly comes a call and you answer. But, so
Why is this funny?
he accepted it and he sent him a message saying he'd like to be their spokesperson for the store. Free of charge. He just wants to have some cardboard cutouts of himself in there and, you know, basically help them with their business. And, because that's the kind of guy he is. He's a stand-up guy. And so, subsequently, the New Hope Piggly Wiggly sent him a Facebook message in reply that said, I think we'll pass it this time. And then they blocked him.
The New Hope Piggly Wiggly blocked him?
The New Hope Piggly Wiggly blocked Izzy Miller. And
I think we just had an episode title change.
that makes no sense. I mean, they friended him in the first place. Like, they opened up that dialogue. You don't invite the devil in and not give him a drink.
So was the spokesman his idea or their idea?
That was Izzy's idea. You know,
Okay.
he just wants to help him. But,
All right, who the hell is this guy?
so this was, I think, Tuesday or Wednesday, yesterday or the day before, and there's been this whole uproar on Facebook, on social media. If you follow the Izzy Miller or you're friends with him on Facebook,
Oh, it's about
you
to
can
happen.
see some of the fans and friends of Izzy standing up for him, boycotting the New Hope Piggly Wiggly.
I'm on board too. I'm boycotting New Hope.
Sending the New Hope Piggly Wiggly private messages, and I think maybe the New Hope Piggly Wiggly actually took down their page. They were actually set up not as a page where you know, like you go and you have fans and that kind of stuff. They were set up as a person with a profile.
Yeah, somebody's aunt set that up for him.
Yeah,
They didn't realize that.
They did not know the hell and fury that was about to be released upon them.
I am now liked and followed the Izzy Miller Vintage Guitar Collection.
Yes, and that's the other thing. Izzy deals in guitars, and he is a wealth of knowledge. He's also a possum meme connoisseur. He loves possums. He's a good guy.
Why isn't it Izzy right here? I feel like I can get along with him.
I think you should have Izzy Miller on your podcast. I think that would be an episode for the ages. But that's kind of what I've been noticing on Facebook and what's going on. So we've got all these friends and fans of Izzy standing up to New Hope Piggly Wiggly and sending them messages and saying, why did you do that?
Standing up to the New Hope
Standing
Piggly
up.
Wiggly.
We stand with Izzy.
Izzy ain't. Is you is or is you ain't my constituency.
Hey, that's actually something that Izzy posts every now and then. He ran for mayor.
I don't know why you wouldn't.
He ran for mayor back in, I want to say, 2015 or something like that. He had a whole page devoted to it. Izzy Tug Miller for mayor. But he's a hell of a guy.
Is you is or is
You
you
need to meet
ain't.
him. Need to have him on here.
I don't know why I've never heard of him before.
Well, we're not all that privileged.
Guess I don't shop at the New Hope Piggly Wiggly that often.
Well, I don't think he does either anymore.
Nope. Bye.
Bye.
No more deli plates for Izzy.
So what's been going on, man? What are you into?
I'm trying to be a runner like you.
Man, I'm still trying to be a runner too.
And we talked the other day. It's interesting you said that. The other day about the we chatted on a post about GPS watches.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have one. This is a Casio.
Oh. And someday you'll have Casio on here, hopefully.
Yeah, Casio kid. He's in the hopper. But my mom bought me the exact one you told me about, the Ferraro. What is it called? Ferrero? Starts with F.
Ferrero. Hey, I meant to tell you when I was driving over here, I think the devil might be beating his wife all over North Alabama.
Yeah, it's getting kind of rough.
I mean, the sun's shining, but it's pouring down rain, just cloud to ground lightning.
Safe to say the natural light's on sale at the Amoco near the Devil's House this week.
Likely, yes.
Yeah, it's crazy. I went to leave work a while ago and boom, back inside I go.
Yeah.
I'll give that one 5 minutes.
Noticed you got a Fanny Farkles cup there.
Hey, don't.
I'm a fan of Fanny Farkle.
You know why I have Fanny Farkle cups, other than the fact that I frequent Fanny Farkle? In college, whoever makes this cup made all the Alabama cups, the cups in the stadium. The same company, same style. Well, when I got married and / got a house with a woman, that's right, folks, I'm not a virgin.
2 kids to prove it.
Yep. Even one of them looks like me. And I had something like 300 or 400 stadium cups just everywhere.
Yeah.
And I was told to get rid of them. And I saw Fanny Farkle, and not only, but I love the stadium cups, but another reason they were the perfect mixturing cup because they've got this ridge right here.
Yeah, they got the line to measure.
And if you go to that ridge with liquor and up to the top with your whatever your other drink is, it's perfect. Back in college, every mixed drink I had from 2002 to 2012 or so, it was in a Bamaco. I still have one in the trunk of my car, but I keep these as kind of a nod to them because I'd get them the precious. Can't take them from me. They slip back in.
You don't have any friends.
You don't have any stadium cups.
The interesting thing about going to Alabama games for me is that every time I go, they lose. So I quit going.
Mm-hmm. Not allowed anymore.
Yeah. I got that much respect for the team.
How long has it been since you went?
That Ole Miss loss back in home loss. I want to say it was 2015, 2016 maybe. I
can't say if you didn't go after 2007, you can probably go and try it again. I want to go try that out.
Yeah.
Because they've done a little bit better.
Yeah, that was that game. They were coming back from behind the whole time, and
that game was awful.
I don't even remember that has been no good, awful quarterback from Ole Miss, but he threw that pass. His foot was over the line of scrimmage.
Oh yeah, the one that cost us off
the game.
8 people.
And I had to walk through the streets of Tuscaloosa back to my friend's brother's Dodge Ram truck with Ole Miss fans.
Guts, glory, Ole Miss.
Acting like Ole Miss fans.
No, Ole Miss fans, they're being in their habitat.
No offense to Ole Miss fans.
Total offense to the Ole Miss fans.
Y'all suck.
I mean, when y'all sober up and watch this episode, you're going to be pissed. That's going to be about 21 days after your next meeting, but no judge for me. Hotty toddy gosh almighty. Wearing a seersucker to church.
Who calls it a grove anyway? What's that?
Ole Miss people who don't have a we got a well designed plot of land. That's where we walk around and drink and smell like brewery.
Woo!
Why did I write this out?
What is it?
I did a brainstorm today at work while my computer was broke about what to talk about. The next thing on the list was this.
Yeah?
You recognize this, don't you?
Oh, yeah.
You're still on the back.
Nasty.
I don't even know if I want to talk about it.
Clemens Road.
No.
3 miles, Lakeview Shores.
I spent a lot of time on that road myself.
Middle of Y. Oh, this is where I went and met Leslie Gray.
Yeah, exactly.
Took this into my...
You remember in your Mazda?
I was in the Toyota.
Oh, yeah.
91 Toyota Camry. 3 o'clock in the morning.
From my parents' house.
From your parents' house.
And you rode
venturing out from your parents' house. I'm going to get in a lot of trouble.
I saw that in the garage when I walked in a while ago. I said, don't let me forget about that.
I'd forgotten about that.
If you can't see it, he was talking up some old girl on ICQ back in the day. If anybody
Man, she ain't just any girl. She was pretty awesome.
We're trying to be ambiguous here. We don't.
Okay.
ICQ. I get up my Gary Dobbs autograph has got somebody's directions to the house in the back, and I erase it. But here it is, like 25 years later, and I find it hilarious. I'm glad it happened. Back then, I was like,
it's been a long time. Yes.
It's been 19 years.
Yeah. I mean, your dad asked me where I'd gone. I had a little chug of chocolate milk with me. I said, I went to get some chocolate milk. I think his response was, "You've been gone for 2 hours."
I'm sure he cared.
He didn't care.
No. You were some of the ones that he liked.
That's good.
Every time like he invites friends, you invite Matt Wilson? I'm like, I don't even know where Matt Wilson is. He's an RA in Arkansas. I don't know where he's at.
Yeah, my misadventures in Arkansas.
What happened there? Well, Gary Dobbs.
Well, I went to Arkansas Tech University and got a master's degree in college student personnel, which is the old way of saying higher education administration. And now I work in the office of the registrar at UAH. So it means I'm either your best friend or your worst enemy, depending on how you're doing in regard to whether you're about to graduate or not. I'm a degree auditor, so I tell them yeah or no.
You're like an advisor.
No, I'm not like an advisor.
What advisor is the one that schedules your classes?
Yeah, I tell them, hey, you done messed up here.
You done messed up, boy.
You're not going to graduate right now. It's important to say the right now because, if you say you're not going to graduate, that ends the world.
That's when the suicide starts.
Well,
that's when the drugs take over.
These younger generations, they're not as strong-willed as the rest of us.
I don't know. Might up. Good Lord.
You all right there?
I'm still choked up over Gary Dobbs.
And I know I mean a lot to you, but you got to fight back the tears there.
Gary said it would be like this.
Yeah.
I don't know how that thing made it back in the house.
I don't know why you still have it. Like,
I still have everything I've ever had.
I don't even recall writing that on the back, but
I've had this Rick and Bubba autograph picture longer.
Yeah.
I had it since 96.
You remember when Rick and Bubba came and played that softball game?
Yes, it was 96.
Oh, that's where you got it.
Yep. At Bynum Field against your dad was one of the politicians.
Yeah, and he took a softball to the back of the head when he was running from second base to third base.
He ain't been the same since.
I don't think he was the same before that either. Like
the Rick and Bubba team used to beat the shit out of everybody. They were just a fundraiser team and come along, and they actually practiced. Nobody else did.
I mean, Speed Racer. He was their stud.
Yep. Now his stepson goes to Jacksonville and starts as a pitcher.
That's pretty cool.
He was a travel ball hero.
Is there a way to still listen to Rick and Bubba? They come on a station around here?
Really? 103.3, 100.3 The River?
I mean, dude, listen. I listen to Jimbo and Casio a lot, and occasionally I'll flip over to 96.9 or 99.1.
Look, you can get this app called the TuneIn app.
Oh.
And you can, and Rick and Bubba's Best of is played 24/7.
I don't know how to feel about that.
And when they're live, it's live on the TuneIn app.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
But then every afternoon, well, actually after every hour, see there's the Rick and Bubba
Now,
channel.
What kind of data plan do you have on that?
Unlimited.
Oh, well, see, I don't have unlimited. I guess maybe I should invest in unlimited and sync it to my car so I could listen to these things on the way to work.
They have a podcast, and after every hour, they release that hour on the podcast so you can listen to it for free.
That's pretty cool.
So if you miss it, you can listen to it in the afternoon. Kind of a Rick and Bubba nerd. They inspire me to get my degree. So I owe them all of this.
Do they still advertise that whiskey in a can?
No.
Well, they ought to.
No, they totally don't do that anymore. That's I don't think they would advertise that. They advertise Butcher Box and Casper Mattress and Simply Safe and the Ring doorbell, I think.
All of these things are quality products. We're pitching them now. We need money. Send it in.
Need
sponsorship.
This could be episode 2 or 3 of my new push to bank up 24 episodes. And about the end of September, I'm going to start launching them on Monday and Thursday.
That's pretty cool.
2 a weeker, and then that way I'll have time to mess around and get 2 to 3 podcasts, not having to rush and go to people's houses at 10 o'clock at night and get filler episodes. That sucked. I'd rather just not have a listener than have somebody listen to that crap.
I don't know how you do the Skype things. I always feel like it'd be hard to carry on a conversation, and you'd probably have like technical difficulties depending on the connection. And
you gotta lock it in. You gotta practice. It's harder to get it started because everybody's trying to figure out how to talk to their phone like this.
Oh.
But I've got my webcam. I just put it here and I talk on here. That's what I do. I did one yesterday. Well, the day before.
Tell me about this table.
That's where it's at. This table was made by a guy in Arab.
Okay.
And it was the day I was going to build a sawhorse table out of 2x8s or 8x2s, whatever they're called, and just saw them into a sawhorse with a drill and make like and then stain it real good and just be the table we had, and we could stick a knife in it, put stickers on it. This came on Facebook for $100. Bounced on it. Went and got it. Some guy who was trying to start a used car business had it.
I mean, it's a pretty nice table. I'm a fan of these.
It's my pride and joy.
Have like a special little bit that was used. Looks kind of like a flower or a star or something.
Yeah, it's a star key. They're a big old long screw.
Those aren't coming out.
No, I tried to. I tried to get in this room. There's scars on the wall, right there under that movie poster by the door.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, because typical tables are 29 inches tall. This was 31. I didn't check it till she came home and said, "What are you doing?" I said, "I can't get this in this room." Like nothing would work. But
try to take the legs off and slide.
I did. I tried to take one of these star keys off, and they are in there.
Well, and what people can't tell about the layout of your home or the layout of this studio is that you couldn't even like pivot it or swing it around.
No,
it'd be a hard corner to make.
It was very hard. You had to stand it on its side and pull it in this way. But once I took the door off, and once the tables were cut short, it came right in with like that much to spare. And I was happy.
Well, I'm glad you got it in.
It almost had a permanent resident in the dining room. So, hey, we got a dining room table now.
I don't think the wife was going to be on board with that.
We have a Jack Daniels barrel out there.
Well, that's different though. That's whiskey.
Yeah. This might look good though. I got a hold of that dude.
Did you ever open the barrel? Does it still smell like whiskey?
It did when we first got it.
Okay.
It smelled like polyurethane and liquor for about 3 weeks.
That's what's up. Did it stick to you when you went to work?
No.
Just imagine going into the job. Who stinks of bar?
If you got near it when we first got it, because it's a straight up used barrel. All they do is put furniture polish on it.
Yeah.
Send it along. And you pay for it. I could sell those for a living too. Those things are badass because every one of them is unique.
Unique in what way?
Well, it's whatever was in it.
Oh.
Whatever, because they brand it with whatever whiskey was in it. Most of it's number 7. Sometimes you get them that have like holiday edition.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, anything. And the brands are all different in a different spot. So it's like somebody makes them. Like they're not made for decoration. They're made in that.
Yeah, they're made for the use.
They're made in a foundry.
Foundry. I've been there. Have you been there?
Yeah.
It's pretty interesting.
The Jack Daniels foundry?
Yeah, man.
The one in Bridgeport?
Lynchburg?
Oh, you mean like the actual one in town there?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. There's one in Bridgeport, too. Up going toward...
Did not know that.
Going toward Chattanooga. Right past Stevenson.
Well, all right then.
On that new highway spur. I think Jeffrey Stevens worked there for a little while.
Well, good for him.
Making barrels.
You know, like on... I think it's the last Friday of every month, they give them a pint of whiskey. They call it Good Friday.
Yeah. It's got to suck.
Why would that suck?
I was being facetious. That's got to suck. Every week. I think they give it to them with their paycheck or something.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Do you have a special brand of whiskey that you drink when you're watching Alabama?
No, I usually don't drink when I watch Alabama.
Why not?
Because I get drunk and mad. And throw
So
things.
instead you just get sober and mad?
I get sober where I can drive away.
Oh.
No.
I meant like on the TV. Because, I don't go to the games anymore.
Usually, if I'm watching Alabama, I'm drinking beer. And it's usually Blue Moon or something like that. That's my go-to whenever I grab a beer. I haven't had a beer in a long time.
I haven't either.
I've had a couple one-offs, like on a random afternoon at Below the Radar. I have one there, and they have something called Weird Flex.
Mm-hmm.
It's called Weird Flex. Or Odd Flex, something like that, and it's green. Like looks like it's something you get on St. Patrick's Day, and it tastes like margarita mixed with Angry Orchard.
That doesn't sound very good, though.
It pops. It do that a lot.
Okay, so it's meant to be a sweeter drink.
Yeah, it was made for what's the Mexican one? Cinco de Mayo. It was made for Cinco de Mayo because it's margarita inspired. But it tastes like Angry Orchard, but it's like another fruit mixed with it. Because I love Angry Orchard.
Sometimes when I'm feeling a little froggy, I'll take woodchuck cider and Angry Orchard and I'll mix it together.
Good Lord.
I know, right? It's intense.
I
haven't. But
what would that taste like?
I can only let you know that
Makes
you
my
have to
cheeks
try
hurt.
it to know.
Makes my cheeks hurt thinking about it. Is it like a 1-on-1 ratio? Or is
I mean, it'll put a pucker on your mouth.
Just, woodchuck is... I feel like you... I feel like you have
it's
to be...
a really, robust cider.
I feel like you should be from Minnesota to drink woodchuck cider for some reason.
Soda.
I feel like you need to be from the Midwest. You need to have like a favorite NFL team and a mustache.
I spent some time in the Midwest. Dated a
And you're not
girl
an, and you're not an alcoholic. Good job.
Engaged to
You made it.
a young lady that lived in the Chicagoland area, and occasionally we'd go with her family to Wisconsin.
I forgot about that
And,
that engagement.
Yeah.
Whatever happened there?
They're okay up there. I don't know. They're basically like us, just they don't sound the same.
Yeah, there's not a lot of difference. Their white trash is just as white trash as our white trash.
Oh, I don't know if I'd go that far.
I've seen them. Oh, crap.
There's all kinds of levels that I don't think Western states can get to on our level. I'm just saying.
Well, we do have that hint of like old school ghetto, because the ghettos was invented down here.
River Grove.
Oh yeah, just that. Like they don't have they get trashy, but they don't have that like straight up shoot somebody. It's like Chicago.
Yeah. I don't like going there.
You shouldn't.
I don't think I'm going to go back.
It's dangerous.
It is
I don't know
dangerous.
why you would.
I was last time I was there. I think it was December, 2013 or so.
Ooh, that's during Obama's time too.
And
The place was froggy back then.
And we were walking downtown, and it was so cold, and I didn't have a hat or a scarf. We were trying to find a pizza place to eat, and all the lines were out the door. And finally, we just got in a cab, took the train back to the suburbs.
Took a train back to Pizza Hut.
Yep,
had a pan.
Pretty much. I mean, we went to a local chain or local pizzeria, but not in actual Chicago. So I can't really say it was an authentic pizzeria experience.
Well, I've had an authentic pizzeria experience in Chicago, and I don't think I'll ever make an attempt to do just that again.
Hey, so in town, what's your favorite pizza? That's not like Domino's or Papa John's or anything like that. What's your favorite pizza in town?
Probably DJ's.
Yeah, I'm kind of partial to Terry's.
I like
to go there.
Probably because DJ's is right here.
Yeah.
But it's a New York style.
That's cool.
And they got everything, and it's like a mile away. But it used to be some pizza in Ardmore, and the same family bought this place. It's like everybody travels to it. I don't think there's any bad pizza, though. My favorite used to be Tommy's, but it's gone now. Tommy's hands down back in the day. They had a pizza that reached both sides of this table.
Now, in Scottsboro, do you ever go to Geno's? Do you ever go there?
I did. I don't anymore. My favorite pizza nowadays
Burn too many bridges there?
No, I just don't go to Scottsboro that often. I
thought you went every Sunday.
I pass through at a high rate of speed. And take a left and go back down County Road 21.
It's funny because I was driving over here, and it really reminded me of driving to Pikeville.
It's got a touch of it.
The winding roads and
when you go down Bell Factory and get down in them curves.
Yeah.
It'll be a subdivision before you know it. Doesn't take much.
What kind of coffee is this? It's really good.
Costco house blend, whole bean. I just ground it before you got here.
Hot dang. Well, that means it's fresh. Thank you.
Now my coffee the specialty coffee I have that I don't drink every day is from Old Town Coffee on Pratt Avenue. Okay. And as of date, it's probably my favorite local coffee. But Rooster's Crow, who has agreed to be on the podcast someday as well, so is Old Town, is good. It's good too, but Old Town is, I think I like it just a little bit better, I think. But maybe it's because it's closer and I go there more often.
Maybe.
I usually have Rooster's Crow.
It's really interesting to me. I don't really like go places to drink coffee because I just don't. I don't know. I don't have time to do it or what. But
you don't have an addiction is what the problem is.
I mean, I make it at home. I drink it. This morning I stopped at Dunkin', but
I know every coffee stop from here and everywhere on Redstone. There's a coffee place on Redstone. I've hit it.
Yeah, I'll probably be up all night. This ain't decaf, is it?
No,
of course not.
Goddamn American household.
What would be the point?
Yeah, I know how I act when I kind of act like somebody who just did a bump of cocaine when I drink coffee, and so I always drink some before I do a podcast.
They asked me this morning if I wanted the extra shot of espresso, and I said no. My hands were already shaking.
Do you live near a Mapco?
I
know they're springing up around here.
I don't live near a Mapco. I live off Mountain Gap. So the closest gas station is there's a Citgo on Mountain Gap.
Yeah.
And there's also
there's that Exxon right there.
Kangaroo.
Yeah.
Across there.
You don't live near a Mapco.
There was a Fuel City, but it went out of business.
Mountain Gap had a wreck on it a while ago.
Yes, it did.
It backed up.
It was backed up.
I thought you lived in Madison.
No, sir.
Well, if you go to Mapco, they have a little shot. It looks like the cream. They're a little black. They're called Sock, I think. But they're 40 extra milligrams of caffeine. And they're free. These are free.
Wow.
So I make a coffee there, and it's like this big. Their coffees are this size and delicious with an extra 40 grams in it. And it's the best day ever. It was the best day. It was the best day. We'll get a refill in a minute if you want it.
That'd be good.
We just got a new Ninja coffee maker. I may make coffee. I may have coffee.
You got a Ninja coffee bar?
Yeah.
That's what we got. It's a pretty good,
I ain't playing.
good coffee maker.
I hear it in the morning. It wakes me up. It has that little catch on it that opens up that valve that keeps the water from flowing. It's like some kind of space docking system.
Yeah, I mean, there were days that we had just the Black & Decker special, and it just made the coffee. But this Ninja coffee bar, it can do a whole lot.
See, I learned how to make coffee with a French press using a Keurig. Because typically with a French press, you have to boil it first. Mm-hmm. But I found out the proper time and weight and to make it without making it taste like ass. Because if it sits too long in a French press, it gets real bitter.
Yeah.
So I figured out how to make actual taste like legit French press coffee, but using a Keurig with three pumps and stir it up. It was perfect. But it took like 4 or 5 things, and the Ninja makes it taste almost just like a French press.
That's good.
And without having, because of French press, you also get sludge in the bottom, and Ninja does not have sludge.
I don't care much for the sludge.
No, especially if you get a big hog leg of it and you ain't ready for it.
Yeah, it'd be like some red-eye gravy.
It look like you've been on Mama's ironing board dipping her snuff. That's hilarious. Yeah. Your mama keeps a spit cup on the ironing board. Dude, coffee is like a damn addiction. Like when I started writing out the plans to have this show, like every coffee shop in town just have. I don't know what we're going to talk about. So you make coffee, huh? Tell me more.
Tell me, where do your beans come from?
How do you make it taste so good?
What kind of compost do you use for the plants for the beans?
If I ever make like this show, somehow makes like 40 or 50 grand, I'm quitting my job and working at a coffee shop.
That'd be pretty. You're gonna be a barista?
Hell yeah.
That's awesome. You're gonna write people's names on their cups and stuff.
Yeah. Spell it wrong.
Horribly misspelled it.
Your name is not. My name is Jonathan. You spelled Frank.
Well,
Frank.
Well, if you're not Frank, I'm gonna be Frank.
Because I'm gonna be quite frank with you. I'm drinking this. Yeah, and I would love to have this set up we're looking at right here in Not this, but maybe this rig and my laptop and these microphones. Because I don't know if you've ever seen Stranger Things.
Oh yeah,
but
I have.
In the main hall of Old Town, on the far where everybody sits, they've got the quilt with the letters on it and the Christmas lights where Will spells run. They've got it identical.
Disturbing.
And I want that to be like this background here, and I want Will to spell run. Then I want Hopper to smoke a cigarette and flick it at me.
Okay. I'm not sure where we are now.
You know who Hopper is?
Man, I don't...
The cop from Stranger Things who always smokes.
Oh, yeah.
He's always like...
I didn't know if we were still talking about reality within...
You're on the Bobby Dizzle Podcast,
Old Town Coffee, and Hopper might have been a person that is like there.
No. You're on the Bobby Dizzle Podcast, so you could be anything.
It is Stranger Things. Yeah, I do recall that he is a character. Yes.
Did you finish season 3?
I have.
Okay, so you think he's dead, or you think he's in a prison cell?
I don't know what to think, honestly. I think he's probably dead. That's my guess. And it's going to end up being that the American in the cell is some other American.
That's going to make me sad.
Maybe even 11.
One of the theories...
They cloned her or something.
You remember Papa from season 1, 11's dad, the scientist?
Oh, yeah.
Some people think it's him, because he would be the one who would know the science behind the giant cave vagina they're trying to open up.
Upside down.
He went up to it and touched it. The German guy did.
And they just sucked him in. Yeah.
The German guy touched it. He goes,
I keep waiting for it to like cross over into some other like science fiction genre or like famous, universe or whatever. Like it's going to end up being something like the Goonies are on the other side or something like that.
Somebody said that the last episode of Game of Thrones was going to open up and the Upside Down and Eleven's going to walk out into Westeros. Or it's going to be like the whole Game of Thrones is going to be like Westworld, and they're going to stop production. They're going to take Jon Snow's face off. It's going to be like the Truman Show. That would ruin.
Can't say that I really liked the Truman Show. That was one of the movies that I did go and see on the matinee on that Sunday at the Holiday Cinema. That was a unique place with all the rats running around in the front.
It's the second time Holiday Cinema's been brought up on this show.
That's interesting.
I'm not shocked.
Well, we used to go see those movies.
With the rats.
I saw The Lion King in the theater, I think 4 or 8 times. I can't remember.
I definitely saw it at Holiday Cinema.
Yeah, I saw it there too. I also saw, the Robin Williams classic Hook.
Yeah.
In the Holiday Cinema. We had just gotten done eating dinner at Happy China over on Parks Avenue. And we went to go see Hook.
Y'all didn't live over on the Maranatha back then. Where'd you live then?
We lived back up in Willow Cove by kind of by Nelson, back in those neighborhoods.
Okay. I think I knew that.
The city park.
I think everybody lived over there.
Well, yeah.
There was what's the other one? Dumb and Dumber. I went to see there. Mars Attacks.
Do you ever go back to Scottsboro and think, man, I grew up here?
Like, yeah. The 3 stop signs.
And it's the same. Like, basically, it's the same. There are new things, but they're in the old buildings.
They're not many. There's no new buildings.
There are new things, but they're in the old buildings.
There's a lot of stuff.
When did that get there?
A lot of stuff that's out of business.
Yeah. They just passed some kind of thing with the city council and the mayor to tear down a bunch of the old abandoned houses.
Yeah.
They, allotted $250,000 to clean all those up.
Is that where the Chick-fil-A is going?
Man, I've been telling my parents for years they need to open up a Chick-fil-A franchise.
Dude, that'd be the end all.
Scottsboro. But the problem is, who would work it? Who would manage it? Because I don't think they want to do it.
Well,
and
obviously the hard-working lower class of Scottsboro.
Well, I mean, who's gonna go and be the responsible owner, talking to the management and all that? I don't know.
Tommy Wilson?
He might be. If you can get him off the golf course.
He'll have to put down,
or away from the Skyline Senior Center.
He'll have to put down his mandolin for 5 seconds. Or his banjo, whichever one he plays.
It's the mandolin. I don't see that happening. He just bought a new Gibson mandolin, and
It's my dad says Tommy Wilson playing the guitar all the time.
he does it. My dad plays so many different instruments, and I just play guitar.
Is that who got you started?
Well,
Because I didn't know Tommy played until like a year ago.
he did buy me a guitar at Unclaimed Baggage for me to go to the guitar class with Betty Bates.
Oh, I think we all took that one.
Scottsboro High School. And
Hot cross buns.
Yeah. And that's where I started to kind of get into it. But I can't say that we sat down and he gave me lessons on guitar. I would say that we sat down and I watched him play, and then he said, "Okay, now you play along," and I never could. But I mean, I think definitely the musical aspect of my personality, I got a lot of that from him. So
Now Brad name doesn't play, does he? I know B-Rye does. Happy birthday to Brian Wilson.
happy birthday, Brian Wilson.
Happy
birthday, younger brother.
Even though this is getting published in like October.
It will, but he'll be tickled that we
He'll be tickled pink,
He'll
would
be
it be?
tickled.
Bless his heart.
Bless his
Little brown.
pea-picking heart.
He jumped me off one time at Goose Pond.
I tell you, he's a good guy.
The damn lady inside of the BP there said, "I ain't even got a car."
I don't even know what that.
I worked at
The
Goose.
people that work at the BP station, it changes like every time I'm in there, and I don't know if it's that it's changed ownership or what, but
They're on shift.
well, no, I don't know. My dad used his credit card there. He took it in because the pump wouldn't accept it, and so he took it in, and then he ended up having all these charges in New York on his credit card like the next day, and so he went back and said, "Hey, I left my card information here," and blah blah blah, and they're like, "No, we didn't do it." Bye.
They did.
They might have. I mean,
Spoiler alert that they did. Morgan Freeman pops up. Yeah, well, when I worked at Goose Pond, my truck broke down there because of the battery, and I asked if she could jump me off. She was, "I ain't even got a car."
I ain't even got a car.
And then Brian pulled up. Why? The love of God, get me out of here.
He just happened to pull up at the right time.
He was
at the right
in,
place.
what car did he used to have? The little silver one?
Mazda MX-6.
Yeah, it was like a little sporty looking car.
That was my second car, but then he wrecked his Jeep, and my parents
Yeah, it was your old car. I remember that.
gave him that car, and I ended up with something different. I don't even remember what it was, but I don't know. Yeah, he drove that for a little while, and then
That's hilarious.
my cousin Joe had it for a little while, and I don't know whatever happened to that. I saw a silver one parked outside of what's that pizza place in Woodville?
Postal Pizza?
No,
that's in
it's
Skyline.
It's on 72.
Yeah, I know what you're talking
about. It's like Joe's or something like that.
Yeah, it's Joe's Pizza. Postal Pizza's on Skyline.
But I saw a car like that parked out there, but I doubt it's the same one because the cousin Joe that had it, he was living up in Franklin, Tennessee when he had it. So
And it's been 20 years.
And it's been 20 years. That too.
That was 2003 when that happened.
I gave Matt Ashmore many a ride in that Mazda MX-6.
Matt Ashmore.
Took him home after cross country
I'm gonna
practice.
Skype his ass in here. Hey guys.
Hey, what's going on?
Hey guys. We go dove hunting?
Check out the new Chili Peppers album. It's pretty good.
He's come a long way. He's not super liberal anymore.
I don't know. I think I've lost touch with him. I don't even see him on Facebook or anything. So
I get a hold of him every once in a while. Every time I see him in Buena Vista, I make him eat a hot pepper.
that's not kind.
No. We shouldn't have been a liberal for that long. Like, stop trying to take my money. Eat a pepper.
Oh, by the way, if y'all ever do any of those pepper challenges, I'm not down with it. I've got IBS and I can't do that kind of.
Well, I do too, but I just deal with it.
I don't want to deal
You
with
want to
it.
do one right now?
No.
I got Reaper shit all over this place.
Where are you hiding them?
In the freezer or in the refrigerator.
Well, you said all over the place.
I got Reaper powder. I got Carolina Reaper powder in the cabinet. It's pretty rough. I don't even know if I'd want to touch that.
Is this a Kenny Chesney flag on the wall?
Yep. Deal with it. I'm kind of a fan.
Here's the thing.
I'm kind of a fan.
And I've said this many a time. And I'll stand behind it. the beach ain't country.
He's not that country.
And it doesn't matter how much you sing about it. It doesn't make it country.
'Cause when the sun goes down.
Stop it.
What?
Uncle Cracker.
What happened?
I cannot stand Uncle Cracker.
The fact remains that ever since 2014, I've been, 2015. 2014 it was Jake Owens, but then the next year Jake Owens opened for Kenny Chesney. I've been to a Kenny Chesney concert every year.
Well, good for you.
Yeah.
My friend Melissa's a pretty big fan. One time we were going to the Ryman, and on the way, she pulled over and we went into Kenny Chesney's driveway, and she got out and rang the doorbell, and I'm like, what are you doing? Like,
hello?
He wasn't home because, he was probably on some beach somewhere.
He was on the island.
He was down there being a poet and a pirate or whatever.
He was, what's that called? Somewhere south, he always goes.
I don't know.
I'm just saying, I've opened my mind.
That's good. It's good to be open to new experiences.
And
I gave it a shot, and I didn't care for it.
And if you don't, as long as you don't accept the bro country, you're pretty good.
On the opposite end of the spectrum with that, a band that everyone kind of really likes, I think, Smashing Pumpkins, I've never really been able to get behind that. Them and The Offspring. I don't care for The Offspring.
I like 1979.
I mean, I like Bullet with Butterfly Wings, but that's pretty much it. And it's not a knock against Billy Corgan or the rest of that band. Like, I just can't get into it. I don't know what it is.
You don't like Hey Hey Hey, Come Out and Play?
No. I just couldn't get into it.
Okay.
There are some things that strike your fancy, and there are other things that don't strike your fancy.
My friend's got a girlfriend and she hates that bitch. Now, I know good and well you used to like Pretty Fly for a White Guy.
Now, let me also put this out there. That
Miss Chapman's class in 9th grade used to sing it all the time.
The ex-fiancée that was from Chicagoland, she was in an Offspring cover band.
What?
She played drums.
How awful is that?
I mean, I never heard them play because it was when she was in high school. But it certainly doesn't help the Offspring's case for me. Anyway, it was called My Brother Dexter. So, little nugget of past history garage bandness for you.
All I'm picturing is trying to sound like the Offspring. Because you can't just naturally sound like that.
It's hard. And then, like, one of their songs, I don't even know the name of it, but it sounds like, it kind of sounds like Mad World sped up. And it may just be the same chord progression, I don't know, but it really gets under my skin.
Well, from the Offspring?
Yeah.
What's it called?
Man, I just told you, I don't know.
Is it called Mad? Well, I'm not listening.
It's not called Mad World.
Quit recording 2 hours ago. This shit's just going. Apparently on a podcast, you're actually being kidnapped.
Well, that's good. I
wish I could play it.
At least my wife knows where I am.
Yeah. And there's obviously an online footprint of where you're at.
Mm-hmm. Okay, when you can't find me in the next week or so, come to 609. I'm not going to say the address, but it's in my email.
You're not going to say the address because that's the wrong house number.
Oh. Well.
No.
We
should get an Instapic. How gay was that?
Not really at all. So, anyway, I'll be locked in the basement. So, he's going to claim that he doesn't have a basement.
You knew my next sentence.
But there is one.
He's going to claim that it doesn't exist, and this is a slab house, but it's on pillars.
It's kind of like he's Cowboy Bill.
Buffalo Bill?
It puts the lotion on its skin.
Buffalo Bob?
Something like that. I don't know. That guy from Silence of the Lambs.
Puts the lotion on its skin.
Now peel your face off with this mirror.
We should get to some guitar picking. Let's refill this coffee first.
All right. What do you want to hear? I'll play any of my songs.
Freebird.
No. I said any of my songs.
That's not you?
No, my friend Amit wrote a song called Freebird so that he could play it when people called out to him at shows.
What if you could write a song that was like French or like just in a random language that was Freebird, but it meant like something stupid like Death to Dogs or something.
I don't know, but like the
Free Bell.
The soundtrack to The Life Aquatic is like acoustic covers of David Bowie in French.
I gotta turn this air conditioner on.
And so that's pretty cool.
Yeah, keep talking. I'll get some coffee.
But
Keep talking to
so
yourself.
Bob went to go get coffee, and I'm all alone
It's all alone in the house.
in this room. There's a bamboo pole in the corner with a timepiece tattoo sticker on it. And I just want to say that I go to Timepiece Tattoo. That's where I get any tattoos that I have, all 2 of them. And I'm kind of new to that. I didn't used to get tattoos.
You're like my Eddie Bravo.
The dog is in here now. I think the dog's name is Darla.
Darla the dog.
Darla the dog.
After the Little Rascals.
Jesus, man.
An electable dog. Did I spill it?
You spilled coffee everywhere. What are you doing? Drunk with power. You may not be able to hear that he said he's on weed, but he said it. There you have it. Firsthand.
Horny goat weed. It's very awkward in social situations.
Good God! That's so hot.
It's a ninja. It sneaks up on you.
I just burnt my tongue. You didn't tell me it was like just brewed. God, it's like I ate a hot piece of pizza. Apparently, I cannot drink hot coffee without burning myself. So, there's that. And now I'm going to foolishly put this coffee back.
Eddie's here. This was brewed like 30 minutes before you got here.
You're kidding. Have you got it on like a heating element or something? Huh. That's intense.
This what it's like to be Joe Rogan.
I don't know. What is it like to be Joe Rogan? I think the person that probably knows the most would be Joe Ybarra.
No, Jody Barr is the one to ask. He's what it's like to be like Ross from Friends.
Hey, Ross got married 3 times. Just saying. It's kind of an accomplishment.
That was brewed about 6:15. Let's talk about this before we get crazy.
No, don't mention what I told you earlier, because once you see it, you can't unsee it.
Don't know that I cannot mention it. I told all the guests the guests who I'm friends with, who I can divulge fourth wall information to bring a memento to hang on the wall. You know, Randy brought these sample CDs, and Derek Maynard brought this sheetrock cover because Derek Maynard forgets things. Hew Tyler brought Hew Tyler autograph. It's going to be worth something someday.
Yeah.
And stickers. I'm going to hang it.
Be worth the cost of, or at least worth the paper to wipe with someday.
You know what we're going to be? We're going to be like Benny the Jet Rodriguez and Smalls. When you're going to be up in the filling out the stadium, I'm going to be like the guy, like, I don't know. What does Smalls do? What is, fine.
I mean, legends never die.
Benny the Jet Rodriguez and Smalls out the, yeah! You get the metaphor. What's this, 100 miles to Memphis?
Yep.
Let's do this.
It's 100 miles to Memphis and the sun's sinking in the west. A banjo in the back seat, I got it beating hard in my chest. Down to 5th of whiskey and I chased it with some gin. Don't know where I'm going or if I'll come back again, but then again, walking the fence rows, I got the medicine in hand. Go out into the world and do all the good or bad you can. And everything's broken when it ain't in its place. Turn the radio on and up and Big Bop the Chantilly lace in your pretty face. Makes me wail, makes me wail. Got real depressed ever since April, May, and June. Struggling just to find the words and let alone put them to a tune. But it's a slow bump to China, to Tupelo honeybee. If I can't find the words, then darling, let me be, just let me be. Looking at August and everything that's come and gone, kicking leaves around and wondering what went wrong. But time goes by and regrets, they stay true. And if I could go back, I'd tell you I love you, 'cause I love you. It's 100 miles to Memphis and the sun's sinking in the west.
Woo!
Woo! Yay.
I bought that bad boy on iTunes.
Yeah!
I got it on the phone.
I got
You can own it too.
a 0.00001% of that sale. Thank you, Spotify and iTunes.
Hey, it's
Apple
not a bad.
Music,
It's not a bad song at all.
and Amazon and Tidal and all those other online streaming services.
And Google somehow.
Google Play.
You know, when I first heard it, I knew your dog's name was Banjo,
Mm-hmm.
and I thought that it was like an homage, saying you had an actual banjo. But people that knew it was banjo, knew it was a dog banjo.
Yeah.
But turns out you meant the damn dog.
Well, yeah, Banjo is a dog.
I was like, I know his name's Banjo. I got an inside scoop.
I played that song for a songwriter contest one time, and the judges just didn't get it at all. And it made me really sad, because they said, well, what kind of, like, there's not enough furniture in the room. And, yeah, I'm like, what does that even mean? Like, I need more aspects to the song. I think it's good the way it is, but, you know, they told me I need more furniture in the room. And
That doesn't make a damn bit of sense.
I didn't tell enough of the story of the hobo. And I'm like, what? Hobo? What are you talking
There's a
about?
hobo now?
There's a hobo? What kind of hobo drives around? Like, why would a hobo have a vehicle with a dog in the back seat or a banjo, you know?
Yeah.
However you take that.
I just assumed it was somebody who like left their significant other and was traveling around trying to figure out what to do next.
Well, if you want to know what the song is really about, it's kind of about a transitory time in my life where...
So this really happened.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to give you the skinny on what the song's about.
Hell yeah.
So, you know, I was going to grad school in Arkansas, Russellville, Arkansas, and I would pass a sign every time I drove back to Alabama going toward Memphis, you know, and it would say 100 miles to Memphis, and I always thought, well, that would be a great thing to work into a song, but I didn't have it there yet, you know. And then, so years kind of went by, and I always had that kind of in mind while I was living in Virginia. And the song's kind of about going home back to Scottsboro and not feeling like the town's as big as it was, or like I don't fit anymore.
Definitely know how that feels.
Especially in Scottsboro. You know, it's kind of about also coping with that as a means of using alcohol. Not to the point of drinking and driving or anything like that.
Drowned a fifth of whiskey and chased it with some gin.
Yeah. But, and I even make the reference of walking the fence rows with I got the medicine in hand.
Yeah. That's one of my favorite verses, too.
It's one of those things where it's like you're on the borderline of having an issue, like a problem, but you're doing the things that you need to do to kind of hide it.
I just picture the fence row at your dad's place with all the boar goats running around.
Yeah, and that's part of it, I guess. All the goats.
That's the fence row I picture.
Mention it. Yeah, I don't mention any of the goats in the song.
Well, no,
but so there are homages to the Big Bopper.
That's my favorite line of the song.
Chantilly Lace.
That's my favorite line of that song.
And the reason that I worked that in there is because there was a girl that I dated that really liked to listen to oldie stations. And she broke up with me, so I put that in there. It's just kind of like turn the radio on and up. Cause that's what she used to do.
Lace and a pretty face and a boona.
So there's that. And then when I'm singing about the Tupelo, the slow boat to China, it's a Tupelo honeybee.
Is that what that high part was? Slow boat? I could never figure out what it said.
Slow boat to China, it's a Tupelo honeybee. It's kind of an homage to Van Morrison's Tupelo Honey, because he says you can take all the tea in China and sail it around the world for me, drop it down in the 7 oceans, whatever. But so he says that the girl's as sweet as Tupelo honey, but the Tupelo I'm talking about is not actually Tupelo, Mississippi. I'm talking about the Tupelo near Pikeville.
I was like, is it my Tupelo?
It is your Tupelo. And if you know anything about me and the people that I've dated, you might draw conclusions about who might be the Tupelo honeybee. But
there are no females in Tupelo. It has to have been a farm animal.
It was Dolly the sheep.
Wait, there's only one person. Hang on. No,
let's not call her by name.
Well, I'm not calling a damn person by name. I'm just saying there's only one person eligible. Maybe two, but I don't know. I'm going to discuss it off mic.
It might rhyme with...
Oh, shit. I know who it is.
It might rhyme with banana.
We've talked on this on Facebook Live before. Never mind. I tried to match you. I was like, I'm thinking... Yeah, I know who the Tupelo honeybee is.
Yeah.
Her dad tried to call the cops on me one time.
Whoo!
Because I like to raise hell. Ew! And praise Dale. Almost flipped off the camera.
I don't know.
That's hilarious.
It's kind of interesting trying to tell some of the stories behind the songs because they're not all about my wife, and I don't know how she feels about it, but I did write one for her, because how could I not? But yeah, it's part of songwriting for me is to kind of get out the things that I'm feeling, and I don't necessarily write songs about every experience that I've had. It might be more about an idea sometimes, but that one's pretty autobiographical.
That opens it up. I didn't realize how literal it was.
Yeah.
That is pretty good. I just thought it was one of the generals. You know how people write a song and it'll just include different little aspects and stuff?
Well, I think lyrically it's really one of my better songs, but...
I think I've only heard 2 of them.
Well, what was the other one? Starry Road?
You posted it not too long ago. I can't remember. I know. That's the only one I bought, though.
Well, that's the only 2 that are... There's 2 of them that are recorded and, like, professionally recorded and are on Spotify, iTunes, all that deal. And then there's my album from before that's just on iTunes and Amazon.
Which one's this, Starry Road?
This song is actually called...
Yep.
This is the one I wrote for my wife, and it's called It All Turns Around.
Yeah, you better fire it up before she gets mad about it.
Virginia was wasting my time, and I really needed a sign. And I thank God every day that I headed south. know that life can be rough. You think that you've had enough, but grit your teeth and be tough, and darling, hold on, 'cause it all turns around, and you never let me down, and there's nothing in this world that I can't face because of you, because I have you. Darling, you're so damn sweet. You sweep me off of my feet. I love you for all that you are and all that you're not, 'cause it all turns around, and you never let me down, and there's nothing in this world that I can't face because of you, because I have you. Virginia was wasting my time.
Oh my gosh. Is Virginia the same as a Tupelo honeybee?
Well, back in 100 Miles to Memphis, when I say got real depressed ever since April, May, and June, people think of those as months, but they're actually women. I'm kidding. They're not. They're months.
I was like, damn.
No.
Damn.
Virginia is not a person. Virginia, I was living in Norfolk.
Well, I know you were up there.
And, I had a really bad breakup and
Remember you were there.
Was having a really hard time dealing with it and still being where I was. So I looked for another job and had the opportunity to come back to Huntsville. And
GTFO.
that's what I did, and thank God I did, because it brought me to Kate.
Best decision ever. Yay, Maya
Absolutely.
Kate.
I can almost guarantee you she's not going to watch all of this.
Oh.
But
I will
maybe.
promote it to people in Huntsville named Kate, married to people named Matt. It's going to put it on sponsored. How do you I won't waste much more of your time. It's pushing an hour and a half here.
Whatever. I'm good.
I've always wondered when people write songs like it that are outside of chords with actual notes in them, how they come up with what they sound like.
Man, I couldn't tell you. It's just I'll come up with some kind of riff.
Yeah.
And I'll play it. It's like with that first song I played, that's not really chords.
I mean, I'm talking about like if they're outside of somebody writing a song that's just chords, like
how they set up like a lead part, or
like when it actually has like in it, like actual stuff.
Well, yeah,
music.
In the beginning, it's a lot of just improving it, and then once they find something that works, they develop that.
I've always wondered that because they'll get stuff in there and they'll have a notepad, the obligatory notepad, and they'll write it down.
Well, and that's probably the difference between someone who's actually trained in musical theory and really knows the ins and outs of their instrument, whereas I play more by ear and just kind of figure things out. I couldn't even tell you what key I'm in right there. Like it might be like B sharp or something.
By ear.
But
what's weird is I know music and I can't play it worth a damn.
I never could play trumpet very well.
Neither could I.
I tell you who could.
I was very loud my last year, but that was it.
That old...
never was good at it.
Carmen Barron. She could play some trumpet. Tyler and Blair could play some trumpet.
Where in the world is Carmen Barron?
think she's, I want to say in North Carolina. I don't know why.
She was like one of the coolest.
She is one of the coolest. You can find her on Facebook. I'll tell you about it later.
I asked her out in Pasadena.
I mean, I think at one point we all did.
She said, "Damn it, Bob, why do you like me?" I'm like, "I'm half asleep." I'll never forget it.
I think we all did at one point.
It was funny.
But we were barking up the wrong tree there.
I said, "Will you go to the movies with me?" We were at this mall in L.A., like straight up L.A. I said, "Will you go to the movies with me?" She goes, "Damn it, Bob, why do you..." and slap me. Typical Carmen.
Yeah.
We all love Carmen. She's a
great woman. She really is.
And her mom and brothers are all cool, too.
Yeah.
I always liked her mom. Her mom makes the best little spring rolls. Like whenever my dad did electrical work for him, he'd come home with a box of spring rolls. I'm like,
I remember she used to make this rum cake. That was really good.
She used to put pills in my drinks, and I'd wake up and I'd just get the best naps.
I don't know anything about that.
That didn't really happen.
I remember her doing a lot of chaperoning on like field trips and stuff. That was pretty cool.
I remember the first time I had her what are they? Why do they keep wanting to call them frittatas? She's Filipino. She made spring rolls.
I don't know.
Yeah, you don't know me.
I never knew what to call it. I just put it in my mouth.
They were ain't that the truth? Heard that before. But they were spring rolls. They were little rolled up, about as big as a nice cigar. And you were probably with us.
Tamales?
No, these were like egg rolls, but they were crispy spring rolls. No, egg rolls are kind of soggy.
They were fried.
Yeah, they were Asian too.
Hot dang.
Oh, they're so good. She makes them like by the batches, and they're greasy like a fresh Krispy Kreme. And
hey, did you know that tomorrow Krispy Kreme's got the chocolate glazed for a dozen for $2?
I don't need to know that. But
they do. You can get them for $2 tomorrow.
You may have remembered it, but we had International Day at this church, Our Lady of the Universe, on Maston Lake. Mm-hmm. And we went to, it was a youth group day. It was all these youth groups on a Sunday afternoon went over there and had International. Every church was a certain group. And we happened to be Philippines because we had a Philippine family that was cooking egg rolls. And I remember that's the first time we were probably in 7th grade and killing them egg rolls. And then I haven't stopped since. And she probably gave me a heart disease.
It's a shame we got to get old.
Yep. And one day we'll be dead. Thank God.
So, transitioning from that.
you don't ever have days so bad that you think, well, one day I'll be dead and this will be over.
No, in general, I'm pretty happy with how things are going.
I've had a couple lately.
I mean, every now and then. I was really frustrated by a process at work today, but I got it done. It just is what it is.
Well, at my current job, everybody left and leaving me with like 2 other people, and there was one thing that those people always did and didn't mind it that just destroyed my psyche to do it. And they're like, "Well, you have to do it now." I'm like, "I'm going to leave. I'm going to live off 401k. I want to be an electrician with my dad. I'll do it. I'll fucking do it. I'll do it." It seemed to have worked itself out because I haven't had to do it and it's been a month.
Yeah.
But I was at at one point I was like, one day, I'm not suicidal, but I was like, one day I'll be dead and this will be over. It won't ever happen.
I think that if I had it to do over, I would probably learn some kind of trade, welding, HVAC repair, or something like that,
I think that I would have pursued an internship and gone toward the more of a maybe ESPN route.
Yeah.
Or
gotten a career in communications.
Like my degree is communications.
Oh. But
I found a job with the Army doing video on one of their training ranges, and it kind of morphed into IT, which paid more, but damn if it ain't boring. It's like, shit, I don't care.
That's the one good thing about my job is that it's not really boring. I never know what I'm going to walk into or what kind of problem a student's going to have that I've got to try to figure out a solution to. So
students, other people's lives. I love handling those.
Well, you got kids, so.
That's terrible.
Yeah, I've got a kid on the way.
And what Savannah didn't believe he didn't have a kid. All your friends have kids. I'm like, what the hell is that supposed to mean?
Well, I'm about to have a kid.
I said he's got one in his wife's belly, but you found out what it's going to be yet?
Yeah, he's a boy.
He's a boy?
Yeah, he's a boy.
Good thing she's not a boy. That'd be weird.
Oh, I've already told my father that we're gonna not ascribe a gender to the child and let them decide. That went over like a fart in church with Tommy.
I'd like to mic somebody up and send you in for that. Hey, Tommy, Wanda, we're gonna.
Well, in all seriousness,
little Ethan.
Whatever I have to do to, be supportive of that kid, I'm gonna be. So that's all there is to it.
I know I'm going to get at least one softball player out of these two chicks, so I got to deal with that. I don't know how it's going to happen.
My money's on the older one. Just saying.
I don't know. She's the one with a memory and attitude like mine, but her attention span holds. So she may end up being a president.
That'd be pretty.
Because if my attention span could hold, Jesus Christ, I'd accomplish all kinds of stuff. I'd be a triple doctorate.
Yeah.
I'd done cured cancer like in 1998.
Or yeah. At least stopped it a little bit.
Oh yeah, or made it like fun. Yeah, cancer's fun now, folks.
It gives hard no.
Well, not like traditionally, but like you get it, and you like all of a sudden get passes a Disneyland and you can fly. Did this just get awkward?
It got a little awkward.
Look, I'm not going that way. I love it. That's how shit goes down. We were at lunch the other day, and my friend goes, I'm going to check out from this conversation. And we were just like in a car with two people.
I'm done.
Damn it.
I am not conversing with either of you anymore.
It was a stupid It was based on an Oregon Trail is how bad it got. The conversation was Oregon Trail based, and it got too controversial for him. He also said he wouldn't be on this show because he has a clearance. I'm like, well, I have a clearance. I mean, as long as we're not like waving AKs and screaming "Death to America," we can talk. We can talk on a microphone.
And there goes your clearance.
It was hypothetical.
You've also already talked about weed.
I talk about weed on here all the time, and how if it were legal, I'd be all over it. But I've never touched it, and we'll never touch it until it's legal.
Hot dang! And your security clearance stays.
Back in.
Tell me, what did I ever do to you to deserve all that you have put me through? But forgiveness is not something you're into. I'll walk down the sidewalk in distorted time. The wind chills my heart and the cold cracks my spine. And all the while looking and not knowing what for. And each time trying, finding a locked door. So tell me, what did I ever do to you to deserve all that you have put me through? I did my best just to reconcile with you. But forgiveness is no longer what I'm into. I go on walking in December, straining to remember the color of her eyes, the color of her eyes. but everywhere I look, there's great blue skies. I remember a day back when we were young. Life was so much lighter and more fun. Back before the weight of the world had crashed down. Whenever I sought you out, you could be found. And I guess I'll never know how it all got to this, but admittance is step one in getting over it.
Thought Blink-182 was here for a minute. Why do you have so many harmonicas?
Well, because you play in different keys and you need one.
I don't know anything about harmonicas, I just realized. I thought you had one harmonica for all purposes.
I wish I did. And I probably could have one for all purposes, but I wouldn't be able to play that one and play guitar at the same time. So, I have several harmonicas. Because that's just how I do things.
Some 1991 headgear. That harmonica thing.
Man, I tell you, I had headgear, and it's very similar, yes.
It's close. Like every time, if you ever go to camp in middle school, you're like, what the hell? No, they had headgear. I had this thing called an apparatus. Like
Sorry, I just kind of went into the song on that one. I didn't really
that's how it's supposed to go.
Didn't tell you I was going to play a song.
That's how.
I figured we needed to get off the cancer train. Because the plane had crashed into the mountain.
Oh, that's what. And that's my personality, just going as awkward as I can and see what happens. No, nothing? All right.
Yeah, well, it'd take a lot to faze me. That fazed me.
Cut to a song. Cut to commercial.
Oh, gosh.
That's
Cut to commercial. Do you have commercials?
No. It'll take 20,000 regular views to quit my job. Well, actually less if I stick with the 50 grand a year thing.
Well.
But on that same token, when I reached out to Old Crow, what's Old Crow?
Old Crow Medicine Show.
Oh, that's the bluegrass band. What am I talking about? I'm having such a good time back here. I've forgotten where I'm at. Old
Town.
Rooster's Crow.
Rooster's
I knew it was Crow. It's down there on South Parkway by you. You're by Rooster's Crow, the coffee place. You ever been there?
No.
You need to go. I got good stuff. But he was talking about how he would like to. He was thinking about starting a podcast and YouTube channel for his business, but he didn't know how to do it. And interested, I contacted him. I was like, "Is this how it starts?
Mm-hmm.
Is this how it goes down?
Maybe."
You get one client like that, and then, hey, you did a good job. Why don't you go over and do this?
Yeah. It only takes one breakthrough for the rest of them to start coming.
Like first hit's free.
Yeah.
I had this idea, and one of these notebooks has it in it. I was going to be the Chick-fil-A of building websites for small businesses. And I was going to create one WordPress theme. Every website was going to look exactly the same. And it was just going to be like $100. And you send me your blurb and your pictures. And I send you that website and all your stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was going to, and if they needed to fix it, it'd be like $10 a month.
So Chick-fil-A of websites.
Yeah, just like one thing.
So it's always down on Sunday.
Yep.
Okay.
They're not going to work on Sunday. Forget it.
Yeah. Okay.
It's the Lord's Day. It's the Lord's website. Wow. That went way better than I thought.
So, I think we should have one last topic, but before I get to that, I'm going to plug that I'm doing a live album recording in October. So October 12th at Barking Dog Arts Theater.
Hew Tyler, October 12th.
Admission will be $5. It'll be all original material.
Hope I can post this episode before then. Come on.
I mean, there might be people watching it right now. So
they're not.
If you're live in it.
I'm live but private. It uploads it.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Well,
sorry to disappoint you.
It'll be what it do.
I just upload it directly. That way I don't have to fix that part.
That's fine.
I can just go, oh, we're already done there.
Hey, do you have a Facebook page for the Bobby Dizzle?
No, not yet. I've got Instagram.
Yeah.
But I can definitely put it on there. I mean,
you ought to.
I did put our...
There's actually a lot of podcasts out there. It's kind of interesting.
It's like 400 million.
Yeah. It's like everyone just has their own radio show. It's kind of cool.
Yeah. And the way to succeed is just keep doing it because the rest of them drop off.
Yeah, they get bored with it or they don't have time for it. One of the two.
That's why I'm putting 3 months ahead. That way I can make time.
Yeah. That's good. Record a lot of shows and then put them all out.
It's so much fun.
Systematically.
Do you know what this is like for me? This is like hanging out at Pikeville store.
Yeah.
That's what I compare it to. Nobody wants to hear the old country store format, but that's what I'm going for. That's why I got a table that's so long. I'm getting mic arms to go right here, the way you're put them down here, and a mic arm to go here. And when I put the camera in the closet, it sees everybody.
What kind of microphones we got here anyway?
These are Samsung Q2 or Q2Us.
Man.
They are Q2Us. Yep, they're like the recommended across the board first podcast microphone.
Mm-hmm. I like that you have the little foam over it.
Yep, it came with it.
Makes it a lot more professional.
It does. It seems, when you take it off, it looks really karaoke.
Well, yeah.
Like we're in Savannah's room.
It's really helpful if you have a lot of different people that are going to be on the mic because you can change them out. And that way you're not really sharing so many germs.
I only have one.
People. I know.
A World War II veteran touched that. You're in the presence of greatness.
I feel very lucky.
It's basically a saint's relic.
Yeah.
He killed Japanese guys.
All right, so
Fit him in.
Last topic that I want to talk about, and I'm hopeful that you're going to have a lot to say about this.
Oh, jeez.
Because it's a surprise to you. And I think we could probably talk for 4 hours if we wanted to. So maybe we should do this again sometime.
I'm in.
But I think we'd be remiss if we didn't talk about Father Fay.
Oh, shit!
So I'm just putting it out there. My Jewish mother.
We're in. The story of... Is this our Bert Kreischer? I was recruited by the Russian mafia?
I don't know. I just thought I'd bring it up and let you run with it.
The year was 1990... How old were we?
Your grandmother was a saint!
You're going to hell. This brings me back to Carmen Barron, too, because he told her mom that she was going to hell.
He told everybody they were going to hell.
He tried
Fire and brimstone, every homily. God forbid you have your cell phone out either.
The dude never did it, but not Joe, somebody who might have been named Joe told me to tell that he molested me so he'd get kicked out of church. I'm like, I can't just make up a story.
No, okay. In that situation, you say that and that didn't happen, then yeah, you're going to hell.
Yeah, you are going to hell. Joe said
that's a life-ruining situation.
Joe said you might go to hell if you do that, but it'd definitely get him kicked out. But what year was it?
I think he was well-intentioned. I would say it was between 97 and 2000 that maybe 2001.
Let me get my memory working here because
that we encountered Father Fay. Also, I would like to put out there that Miss Altanji sat me in the front of the classroom and put her hand on my shoulder and squeezed really hard when I would not get in line in CCD.
Hey,
just putting that out.
She wanted you to be a good little boy.
She did.
And you were not a good little boy.
She wanted to make an example of me. When all along...
I'm going to get sued.
She should have had Karen Kashchek up there.
Miss Altanji cared about us.
I hope so.
She did this. She goes, God's talking now. I'm like, you can't. I'm sitting beside Jim. I'm like, so Joe was driving when this happened, so it had to have been sophomore year. It had to have been.
Yeah, that would have been 97, 98.
97 was freshman. It wasn't freshman. I'm going to say
98, 99. Well, I don't know how. I was a year older, I guess, because I started driving in 98.
Yeah, 99 was, we went to junior year in 99, 2000.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to say the year was 1997.
Yeah.
So we went to freshman year was 97 to 98. Was it? Yeah. Then 98, 99 was junior. So it was 90. The year was 1998. The place, Scottsboro, Alabama. St. Jude's Catholic Church.
And I would just like to also point out that church's
Father Faye.
patron saint is
St. Jude.
the Lost Cause saint. I don't...
Dude, because they couldn't get a priest in there. And that's what they got. And
yeah.
they marched this preached in after the guy who was there a whole life, Father Blazak, the voice of all Catholic priests.
Man, he was a good one.
I thought all priests were Father Blazak. I didn't realize there were other personalities besides this total saint figure who might be the voice of God one day.
Yeah.
Nobody spoke like, hello, Father Blazak. And he used to come to my family's house all the time, about once a month.
Mm-hmm.
He'd come over and eat fish. And we'd always meet him at Captain D's during Lent. And then he left and went to Fort Payne to be at a retirement center. He's dead now. He just died.
That makes me sad.
Yeah, like
you have to say that.
Like a month ago. Father Boy, and how old was he though? He was 97. We were in school.
No, he was not.
He was old. He was orthopedic shoes.
No,
I don't know. Maybe we were only like 7 or 8 years old, so it seemed like he was a lot older.
I'm gonna go with when we were like young kids. He was probably in his 50s.
Yeah, but
so
to us, it seemed like he was 90. He used to come over to my grandma's every Christmas and see my presents. But then he left, and they couldn't find a priest, and they marched in what my dad said looked like Buddy Hackett.
I think the most intimidating thing about Father Fay is the fact that he used to minister in prisons.
He said, and I quote, "My Jewish mother," should I do the Father Fay voice?
Do it.
"My Jewish mother always said, you'd end up in hell or in prison. I did 40 years of prison work." I'll never forget that voice. He said that every Sunday. And he also said, "I'll be in heaven handing out tickets."
Something of that nature, yes.
Oh, man. And he ran everybody off. And we used to go over there. Jared Dovers liked him, too.
Mm-hmm.
He was trying to get him, him to come over as a Catholic.
He was trying to get him to go to seminary school.
Yeah. Boy, Nicole really got the raw end of the deal with that decision.
I don't think so. I'm going to disagree there. I think that they both got lucky.
Yeah. But we used to go over there after youth group, and he would make biscuits. He'd always be cooking. He'd be able to cook before we'd hang out with Father Fay, and he would always say, like, random cuss words, like, "Tell your father to get his ass over here and fix the, because my dad was like the unofficial church electrician, so anytime anything broke, "Get your dad's ass over here."
Man, I don't know how they changed the light bulbs in that place. Like,
60
feet in the air.
He's got that basically giant antenna that's got the suction cups on it.
Oh.
And it goes up like 100 feet.
Well, that's helpful.
It's what they use in the BBC and the big buildings on UAH. And anytime they need it, my dad would just bring it from UAH and use it.
No, I will say this, and the new, like...
Now he's got his own.
In this new building, the Student Services building at UAH, I have seen them bring a cherry picker in there to work on the lights. And the ceiling. Well, the ceiling, you'd have to have something to get up there to work on it.
Yeah.
You know, we got like this $22 million building, and it leaks.
UAH, all those engineers.
All in my boss's office.
All the engineers and a leaky roof.
Yeah, so. But the windows in the president's office, though, you can change the tint on them. $5,000 a panel. Man, get out. I'm not getting out. I'm telling you the truth. He's got a golden toilet, too. Anyway, before we lose it, where we at? Bring your ass over here. Yeah, we were talking about Father Fay. He used to come and pray to youth group. One day he said, "Dear Lord, give us a bus." And he told people who had illegitimate kids that they were going to hell even though they were married, and ran off all the families. Like, the church was pretty much nobody for a while. But this was after the incident in question that happened after Easter. I don't. You're going to have to tell me what you're talking about, because I don't really remember.
You don't remember me getting kicked out of church?
Oh, yes.
I thought that's why you brought it up.
And then you never went back.
Yeah.
Have you gone back yet?
Yeah, I've been back. We went back during his tenure.
Okay.
But it was after Easter, and then folks that don't know Catholicism, they have a candle that LeBron James's ass couldn't light.
It was pretty
if he was standing on Shaquille O'Neal's shoulder. And apparently, when Father Fay was around, it was all of a sudden 1950s, and you could yell at kids. Because he liked to yell at youngsters. He's always yelling at some child.
I don't think it was limited to just youngsters.
Oh, everybody. I mean, it just wasn't respectful. He worked for the prison system for half a century, and when he said, Justin, like I always looked up to him. Like I thought he was pretty cool. Priest said ass. That's cool. And he said, Justin, go light the Easter candle for Mass. And I'm like, I looked at this Easter candle, and I'm like Simba in the gorge.
The wildebeest running at you.
And I'm like, I just went back and sit down. And he come, why do you light the candle? I said, it's 7 foot tall.
Can't reach it.
He goes, you should have got a chair. Get out of Mass until it starts. He said, get out of church and don't come back until Mass starts.
Well, I don't remember if this candle was on like a pedestal.
It was.
You
was
could
like,
lean down to light it. But we didn't really have those kind of logical things.
And it never happened. No one ever asked me to do that at that time, 14 or 15 years.
You want to know why you got asked to do that day? It's because Matthew Hodges wasn't there to do it for him.
Thanks, Matthew Hodges.
Thank you, Matthew Hodges.
Matthew, what is...
I mean, he might have been there. I don't know.
I'm sure he was.
Yeah. I wasn't there. I wish I had been there.
You were there the second time he got cussed out by my dad. And what happened next is I went to my mom's Nissan Maxima, and I knew that they kept the keys in the console.
Mm-hmm.
And
do they still?
No.
Okay.
They don't have the Maxima.
Because I want to go steal a car.
But you can lock it by hitting the beep on the code. So I just went in there and hit the code and sat in the driver's seat and turned the car on.
Mm-hmm.
And was going to go back into Mass. I mean, I didn't know what would happen. I was kind of like, am I in trouble? What? I just get kicked out of church?
You're in trouble because you didn't light a candle.
And I had no more than sit down and started the car. Then my dad showed up, and he's like, what happened? He said he kicked me out of Mass. And he's like, get in the car. We drove home. My dad got mad and cussing. He drove back and followed this old man around, berating him the whole time. Oh, man. I'll never forget it. We went to every church within an hour drive for about 5 years after that. Then we went back like later in high school.
Father Fay.
But the dude had this. Father Fay was still there, but he had deteriorated.
Yeah, he declined rapidly.
Oh, it was.
Oh, by the way, a song of Izzy Miller's is called "Rapid Decline." I think it's his best one. I like it a lot.
Write it down.
Yeah, I will.
We went back.
Hand me Gary Dobbs. I'll write it down on the back of there.
You're not defacing Gary Dobbs any more than you already have. I know my way to Lakeview Shores plenty in my day now.
Well,
no.
I think that's a good place to stop.
The story of Father Fay. I couldn't believe that was going to happen.
I brought it up.
And the dog catcher, my dad aptly names him. And Father Fay had they were like these Catholics there, because Catholics, no matter how old they are, they're 97. Like if it's like certain kinds of people, how when they reach a certain age, they just get old. All Catholics are old. And there was like a certain sect there that still, it was like his Father Fay Gestapo.
I tell you my favorite, I'm going to say parishioner. Doris Jett.
Doris effing Jett.
With the opera singing. Like, that was so cool.
Man, didn't she die?
Man, I guess so. I don't know.
I know her husband did.
I don't go around or keep up with anything, Cause
her husband.
I'm a horrible person.
Doris, we're going down some rabbit holes today, son.
We are.
We're almost at 2 hours.
Yeah, it's something.
And there is before I end, I'd like to say that there is a guy at where I work. You remember Blake Johnson?
Mm-hmm.
There is an African American fellow.
Blake the Snake.
And he looks just like Blake, but African American, and it is the most fascinating thing to me.
I don't think pictures or this didn't happen. Just saying.
Well, I can't just take a picture of this dude, but he is like...
You have to now. You got to sneak it. Telling you. The best way to do this is just be upfront about it. Just tell him, I think you look like a friend of mine from my past. I want to take a picture. Will you be in a selfie with me?
Knowing me, I'll do that. Hey, man, for real. I see you every day. You look just like my friend from back home. I got to take this picture.
You can't. If you just snap a picture of this guy.
Do this move.
If you just snap a picture of that guy and your ear is giant in the foreground like you just did, and he knows that you snapped a picture of him, that's just going to be really awkward. It's going to be much more awkward than you just saying, hey, man, take a picture with me.
And I see him every day, too.
Yeah. It's going to be like, do you have to eat lunch with this guy?
No.
Okay.
But my building is a series of buildings in a loop, and they all have a connecting hallway, and people on their breaks walk around it. And when I go to the restroom, I go to the restroom on the other side just to kill a little time. And I see him every day. And I go, "What's up, man? What's up?"
I think we're all guilty of killing time in the restroom.
I'm guilty of it. I've once done work while killing time. I mean, I work on Redstone. I don't do shit.
I am the only male in an office of 12 people, approximately 12 people, and sometimes I just go for sanctuary. I'm serious.
Sanctuary.
I love my coworkers, but it gets a little dramatic sometimes. I gotta get out of there. Anyway.
All right. We will wrap it up. It's been Hew Tyler, Matthew Scott Wilson.
Thank you.
It's not your middle name, is it?
No.
I just make it up.
Tyler's my middle name.
I did know that. I didn't even put it together that didn't say Wilson.
Hew Tyler is literally my entire name without Matt Wilson.
Well, you're always going to be Matt Wilson to me. Since Miss Terry's class, September 1988.
Thanks for having me on.